Maybe.
Maybe. Perfect. Okay, fine.
Coming, bro.
That's perfect. I know where to go from there. So, there are numerous possibilities if you do not believe in the Big Bang theories. You have basically three possibilities. You have the Big Bang.
It's clear.
You have A, which is any other materialistic property that could have caused the universe, similar to the Big Bang. And then you have C, which is every other abstract possibility that does not relate to that. Correct? Right. Okay.
25%.
So, what I say is, and this is why it's very easy to understand this, forget everything that comes after that. What came before that?
You would agree with me, right? That time is completely an illusion.
I agree completely. I think it's actually a
Time
demigod.
is just something.
I think it's an angel. Satan is time. I believe Satan is time. But yes, go
Alright.
on.
But if God has always existed, right?
Yes.
Like, do you believe that God or the demigods, whatever, they have always existed?
God has always existed.
What's to say our material world hasn't always existed?
The material world is not a part of God and is... See, that's what I mean. So, we think that the material world, that math and physics make so much sense, time and everything, that we can't do without
In the
it.
gap.
Well, I am saying that there are entire other realities that have nothing to do with time, nothing to do with math, and nothing to do with physicality. Absolutely at all. And God is well beyond that. He is the emanation of everything that can be. And I mean, any...
Bag, you said before that God spoke to you. How do you mean by that?
He did.
How do you mean by that? Like, what were the circumstances?
He doesn't speak in words. It's just, it comes over you. You just know it. It's not happened a lot, but there have been a few things. And, like, for instance, tonight. Like, I should probably be asleep right now for all intents and purposes. But I could tell, by the way things were going, that this was just... I had to do it. It made sense. I didn't have to do
First
it, but
impressions, Sapper sucks.
It was desired of me. You know, God was like, yeah, you know, if you are really tired, you can go to bed. But if you want to have this conversation, you can have a really, really good conversation with people. And if you do it right and don't get mad and don't demean people, you can incorporate even more people into it. But you have to open yourself up to that. It's difficult.
Hi, Opa.
And I don't give a fucking shit if you don't think it's real. I don't care. But if you remove yourself from sin and have a genuine interest in doing so, you will just naturally see it happen. You like, all you have to do is just want to talk to God, and it will happen. It'll be different for everyone. God is not going to make the world better. God is not going to fucking just change it and be like, oh, you know, no. See, that's the thing about atheists. They're like, they read the Bible and like, God fucking does all this shit. Why doesn't God just make everything his free will? If you have free will, then you have people doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And God is not going to go against that. So yeah, our world is fucked up. Because, like I said a while ago, we are all in sin. We all are human.
Right, hold on,
have
I meant to interject, but I was dead.
Okay,
what do you define as free?
I define free will as you being able to choose what you should morally do. You, like, God could make you do whatever the fuck you want, or whatever the fuck he wants, but You have to make your own moral decisions. That's what I define as free will. You have to say yes or no to evil or good, or the gray area in between.
My bad, dude.
Alright, sorry, I died to an IED as soon as I spawned.
You're good, you're good.
So,
I think we got a bag.
your definition of morals, like, correct me if I'm wrong, that comes from your living in a Western society.
No.
Your belief in what's right and wrong
No.
is entirely dependent on the society that you live in, right?
No, it's not.
Or not entirely, but almost
Absolutely
entirely.
not. Absolutely not.
Really? So if you
Yes,
if you were
because I
born
was
and
a
raised in Papua
hardcore-
New Guinea,
I was
where
a
you
hardcore
believe-
atheist. I was a hardcore
Why are you
atheist.
talking about this on
was
the third?
developed
Just play it again.
from
No, no.
ground
They've been
zero.
doing this for fucking a
I
while now.
developed
I get
this
that,
all
but-
from ground zero.
no, your ideas of moral, right? Right and wrong. You shouldn't kill people. You shouldn't go out on the street and
Where
punch
does that
someone in
come
the face,
from?
right?
Where does that come from?
That comes from, in my
Idea,
opinion,
yeah,
two
right.
things. It
Evolutionary.
comes from the society we live in
Why?
and evolution.
Why? Look at animals. Animals will kill each other and eat each other. There
Is
are
that
very
wrong?
few Yes, it is.
It's
And you
wrong
know
for
it's
animals to survive.
Would you eat another human?
In our society, no. If we lived in primal
Dogs.
land, where
Dogs
if-
will eat other dogs. Cats will eat other dogs.
And
Yes.
butter.
Octopus.
but we don't
Octopuses
because we live
Other octopuses.
We live
We
in
live
a
in a
society
society.
where we have assigned morals, right? We have decided
Wow.
what's right and wrong. If you lived in a
Where did
society,
those morals
like,
come from?
hold on,
Okay,
right?
so
If you lived in Papua New Guinea,
You got me
and
stop trying to
realistic-
talk about
society
society.
before morals, then? Do you think society became before morals?
I think
that's
the
what I
The
mean.
morals-
reason why you go on one
every
side
time
of
you
society
start
because you
anything
want to
back
talk about
in
society. That's why.
society, it comes back to evolution.
Well,
and how
I'm
it
sorry, you get muted.
Okay, fine.
You
Can
get
we
muted in
please
society.
do
That's what
a mathematical experiment?
Mhm.
I know this will be annoying.
happened.
but
Just mute him, dude.
you think that it will all come back to evolution. So let's just start this out. Okay? So I'm gonna
Yeah,
ask
just mute him.
you have to answer, and I will
Sorry,
ask
Salty.
questions. Okay?
That's on me.
Yeah.
So for society, where do morals come from?
Before society,
Before society. Before society, where do morals come from?
I think that before society exists, the idea of morals isn't concrete like we have it right now. It's not like there's right and wrong. It's that, let's say, if you live, like, going back to the little evolution hunter-gatherer tribes,
Does society agree to
if you live in a little tribe of hunter-gatherers, right, and you're just running around with your people, you don't really have a set idea of morals. If someone takes your meat, you beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, but
and
he's
take
just
it
come
back.
back.
But if you kill someone, then the others are gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? This little monkey man just killed the other monkey man. We don't want him in our little clan, you know?
But is
Where
that
do you
not
see a
morals?
Hold up,
monkey man running
he's
around?
That's
behind the wall,
rules,
straight
at least,
southeast of
right?
me.
That's rules.
A
at
little
least,
building on the bank of the river.
Shut the fuck
Sorry,
up.
what did you say?
Right? Is that not rules?
We don't care,
That's
bitch.
rules. We do.
What he
care.
says.
But it's just you and another guy out in the middle of the wilderness, right?
But
Bitch.
what I'm
That's all
trying
it's
to
ever
do,
been.
Wally, what I'm trying to do is backtrack.
Hello.
Okay, Wally. What I'm trying to do is like, I am basically trying to explain that morals stretch all the way back to God. But I'm trying to
Oh
go
my
with
God,
your
this game needs
method
much.
and explain, like I'm trying to ask you questions where morals come from. so
Alright,
that
yeah,
you give a
I'll
reason,
try
and
to
then
answer
right-
him so like that can keep going, alright?
Yeah. So, Just like I'm fine with the explanations, but just try to like think of it as like a branching tree. Like I ask you a question and you try to root it back to the source. If that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, let me just try to make sure I'm back on track. So I asked you where morals came from, and you said that was like in human nature. And then I think I forget exactly what I asked you, but then you brought it back to the fact that, you know, like humans are like, if you kill someone, that's bad for the tribe. But if you like, you were kind
Oh
of
fuck, my bad, bro.
if you could
My bad, bro.
explain more, and then try to, even if like, I don't want you to say like, oh, it has to go back to one thing. Like if you think it goes back to 2 or 3 things, please say so. Like don't try to like pigeonhole yourself because I'm pressured.
Yeah.
Wait, did you guys just stop talking? Hello?
I don't know. But
Oh, okay.
Wally's thinking.
yeah. So what's up? Like, what's the question?
So what I'm trying to, I'm asking you, where do morals come from? Like, how about we just
Morals?
restart?
I
How
think
about we
that
just restart? Where do morals come from? And we go back from there.
morals in our society that we live in, Western society, right?
Yeah.
Morals are built on generation after generation, and they change over time, right? In the 1800s, for a lot of people, morally, it was okay to own another person. Now we can look back and say that's not okay. Right now in 2020, there are people
That
out there.
existed well before the
No, I know it existed well before. I'm just using that as an example, right?
Okay.
And right now, in Papua New Guinea, there are still tribes that will eat other people, right? And they don't see that as wrong.
Yep.
Alright? So I think morals are at the very, very root, right? It stems back to evolution, right? Like doing what's good for the tribe, and what the people around you already believe.
Okay. So, then, considering that you believe in a materialistic, evolutionary sense, that you believe everything propagated from, you don't necessarily believe in the Big Bang, but you believe that everything propagated from molecules combined by atoms, and that they propagate into different things, and that chemical soups and convection currents and all this shit around the ball, hovering around a star, created a chemical cycle that eventually led to life, and that you believe materialistically that created consciousness and eventually developed morals through that consciousness, correct? Like, you don't believe that there's any supernatural influence on life whatsoever, correct? Just so I'm not putting words in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't think that there's supernatural influence, like, coming in, affecting our everyday life.
So you basically believe that morals came out of a selective process that would better different materialistic entities over others in the gene pool. Yes?
How do you mean?
That so you have life forms that have all stemmed from
Hey, dude, come on.
one
Stop.
life
You
source.
you are not Jesus. Stop talking about the life.
You good, Wolfgang? You a man? Can you handle a conversation, Wolfgang?
Yeah, I do believe that life as we know it came from that one little chemical soup long ago, yeah.
Yes, so you think that morals propagate from that, and that it was basically what made the most sense, evolutionarily speaking, to allow things like, monkeys live in packs, but if we were to go and look at tigers or shark or like great white sharks, they tend to be more solitary. Some bears tend to be more solitary. But primates tend to form a community. That would be your idea. And that their morals were based off that. And yes, I understand. Like that, you know, some of them are like, I'll fucking kill you. But other ones are like, hey, you don't fucking cheat on my girl. You take my girl, I kill you.
Yeah.
You know? Like things like that. Like that, through time, that was the thing that allowed the genes to carry on, and they propagated and eventually became humans, and then those same characteristics, those same morals, came in through humans. But it came from monkeys, it came from, you know, rats and finding mice, and it came from lizards, and it came from protozoa,
I mean, I don't...
and so on and so on.
I think morals, it doesn't really exist until beings can, like, kind of understand themselves and the people around them, you know what I mean?
So you think of it in a materialistic sense. You think of it as it's bound to this reality, it's governed by this reality, it is contained within this reality. And I would assume, but I could
think
be
morals
wrong,
as we know it can't exist except in this reality that we know.
So I would assume that you would think the same thing about consciousness, that you think consciousness is merely a product of this reality. I could be wrong.
See, that's where my agnostic side comes in. That's where that's where my experiences with psychedelics and all of that. I think, right, there's not a lot of things that I definitively believe in this world, but there are a lot of things that I think kind of make more sense than others.
Okay.
I think that if God exists, he had no part to play in evolution. I think that if God, object, like, pretty much most of them, I started off with acid and DMT, but the one that really changed me was 5-MeO DMT. Anyway, what were you saying?
But if God is God and can do whatever he wants, why do you think that he played no part in how life was shaped?
Because if God, see, you're thinking of God on, in my opinion, in extraordinarily small scale.
No, absolutely.
If the universe is so incomprehensibly big,
I'm thinking
I don't really think...
I'm thinking beyond the universe. I'm thinking of things that you cannot...
Yeah, okay, so if we're thinking beyond the universe, then...
Like, literally, I am thinking, like, God, in my opinion, has made things that we cannot perceive. Like, he made our reality is bound by math and physics and time. God, in my opinion, has the ability, and I don't know if he has done it, but I believe that due to the fact that he can do whatever he wants, he has created things beyond math, beyond time, beyond reality. And not like he adds math into it, he adds time into it. No, I mean he has made things that have nothing to do with that at all. Like completely separate. Not like parallel universes, none of that shit. Completely separate. Things that you cannot comprehend. Understand? Yeah. He's beyond everything that you can possibly comprehend. He is everything. That's what
hey, dude,
that's how I define it.
If he's beyond everything I can comprehend or you can comprehend, then how do you comprehend? Like, how can you say definitively that God exists?
Because I know God exists. I don't
you know that you had a feeling one day.
He just
I know you
knows.
had a feeling that
I know.
you assigned as God, but there's really no way to know. Like, what I'm trying to get across right now is that there is no way to know.
Yes, there is.
And if you think that you can know, like 90% of what we perceive every single day is a hallucination.
But Wally, it's very simple. It's very simple. Where did everything come from?
There's no way to know.
I don't know, but why does it have to be God? Why can't it just be whatever?
Hey, yo, what the fuck? Why y'all trying to kick
Are you actually
back?
gonna kick me for talking
Are you
about
dead
God?
ass, bro? What the fuck? Y'all trying to kick back? Get out of here. Y'all can't handle a conversation? Oh my lord.
God.
Oh my lord, these motherfuckers can't even
wanna do
handle
that.
conversation.
I think
Jesus Christ, dude, what? Right, y'all whack
believing in
as
God,
fuck.
believing in
Y'all
God
whack
is a
as
mental
fuck.
disorder.
Oh my god.
Believing in God is a mental disorder. You need to kick.
Y'all really can't handle motherfucking conversations.
No, I just want to persecute religious people.